Hey guys, Enes here, Whiteacre Properties. I'm back with another episode, and today I got a friend, I got a co-host and a partner on this deal actually that we're going to show you guys. So Douglas, Primis Properties. So we are actually in Saugus today bringing you guys in and showing this property that we bought. This is day one for us. We haven't done a thing, we haven't cleaned it up. We haven't really created a scope of work yet. I just saw the property for the first time because Douglas took over the seller appointment and he kind of did the whole process. But we're going to show you around. We're going to talk about scope of work. We're going to talk about how we found the property, the problems we solved for the homeowner, and then we're going to wrap it up with lessons learned. First of all, how did we find this property? I know this was all you. It's a partnership, but it was all you at the beginning. Your lead, your appointment. So what happened? How did we get it?
So that property, the way I found it, about a year and a half ago, I did a direct mail campaign.
Direct mail, yeah?
Yeah. So I sent about 17,000 letters.
17,000 letters?
Yes. And from 17,000 letters, I got 20 calls.
Got it.
And from those 20 calls, I got about 10 visits.
Got it.
And from those 10 visits, I got one deal.
One deal. So you got 10 seller appointments.
10 seller appointments, people interested. And also what I learned with that, like if you want to be like a real estate investor, anybody has to be persistent, because it's really, really difficult to find a good deal. So if you don't put the time and the money to do it, we're never going to find it. So that's the way I found it, just through direct mails.
Got it. So guys, 17,000 mail pieces, right? Over a year and a half to get 10 appointments. That kind of shows you what the real estate market looks like right now in 2021, when everything is so high, right? The real estate is so hot. So keep those numbers in mind. This is definitely not an easy process to get to the seller's door, give them a cash offer on properties that are off the market, right? So if you want to buy off market, if you want to do direct to seller marketing, I mean, you got to put the effort, you got to put the money into it, you got to be persistent. So you found, first of all, they called, you scheduled the appointment, and then you called me and said, hey, can we do something here together, because I'm really not confident, or I don't want to offer a higher number, right? I'm not too sure about the process.
So as a new investor, I got the first appointment. I went by myself. So I was able to connect with the seller.
Which is huge.
And after a year, she called me back. So I felt like, so she's ready to sell it. So why not? What about now? Like, I don't have good experience, so I want to close that deal. So I called Enes with like all the experience of his guys, or his team is amazing. So I called Enes, help me. I have the deal, it's hot deal. Can you come with me and then help me to close it? And so that's what's happened. So
I kind of forgot about the part that you actually took the first appointment a year ago. And this happens to us a lot. Most people starting out, they're thinking that you send 50 direct mail pieces, you get a call, you go and you sign a deal on the spot, and it doesn't happen that way. You might get lucky, might happen the first time, but usually there's a lot of follow-up. So you went on the appointment, they called you a year later. The good thing is that they remembered you, so you have done something right. You were, they liked and trusted you. They put the number or the card somewhere, so they called you back. But to be even a step better, I think following up with someone and be persistent, that's huge. So tell me a little bit about why actually they were interested in selling to us, off market, cash offer, instead of just listing it, with an agent. Like, why did they reach out?
So I see like two big points that I identified with them. The first one was she is elder. So she was not looking to have too many people around here. We still have the problem with COVID.
Right?
Yeah.
So they just didn't want people coming in and out,
open houses, And the other thing was the timeline. They just purchased a house in Maine. They're gonna move to all the entire family, daughter and the mother as well. So they wanted to close fast and smooth.
Got it. Perfect.
So that way, they don't have like too many people around, and then they can have someone that trusts, and then can sell the house with no problems, no contingencies, no people asking to come here and fix that for me or something like that. We just bought as it is.
It's super important. I'm glad you guys actually discovered that with Mark on the seller appointment, because knowing that the seller has a time constraint and want to close in, let's say, 30 days, that's huge, because we can close in 30 days. We can actually close in 7 days if we wanted to, right? Or if we had to. And then the COVID situation, getting people in and out, getting an offer as is, that's huge for some people. That's what they prefer. And they're willing to give some, kind of trade equity for the ease of transaction. So that's super important. But I'm glad you guys identified that, because then when you presented the cash offer, you talked about that. Yeah, we can close quick, no worries. Sometimes what happens to us is that people call and they say, I need the money from the sale of this property to buy the next house. Can we get it done? And so, the seller controls the closing date, which is perfect. So that's obviously what we, offered them. That's our cash offer benefit.
So this was how we solve their problems, We just offer cash, and say like, when you want to sell a house? I want to sell a house in 30 days. Perfect. Well, this is perfect. We can do it.
Let's talk about the price we offered. So we bought this for $350. Is that what they were looking for, or that was our number?
They're our number. They was looking for 400,000.
400,000.
Yeah, but we came here and we just showed them like we need some work. You need to do a new kitchen, new bathroom. There's a few things that we have to painting, to make that project looks good. Yeah. And then they are okay with that. Just like they are happy.
So obviously they were reasonable, but they had a price in mind of 400,000. We were at 350, based on our numbers. Obviously we got to buy, renovate, got to make a profit, and they were reasonable, and they said okay to that, right?
Yeah. So we made an offer like in the morning. In the afternoon they called back with agreement.
Got it. Sign it. So they were ready to sign.
They wanted to sign and everything.
Perfect. I think what why you guys got this signed with Mark, you and Mark, is that you listened. You addressed their concerns, and you actually offered them exactly what they needed, and they gave you a break on price because, one, they saved on commission, and two, they just didn't want to, have the hassle of listing and all that stuff. So instead of 400, they came down to 350. It was a win-win, and then they were happy. So we purchased for 350, 50,000 into rehab, and we're trying to list it at, I think we'll list it probably at 499 and try to get 525, 530. Cool. All right, guys. Let's go. We'll show you around room by room, and then we'll go on the outside. So guys, we'll do a quick walkthrough, show you around. This is the main entrance, small living space, but actually let's go take a look at the kitchen and dining area.
So that's the kitchen that we have, Anis.
Yeah. Definitely outdated, man. Yeah. Definitely outdated. The stone veneer, obviously we can't keep any of it. Yeah. So tell me, what are you thinking? Like, what should we do?
So the idea here, we want to eliminate that wall. Yeah. So we're going to have like an opening. Okay. The great idea that we had is bring the kitchen to here.
Bring it right here.
Yeah. So that's we have
an L-shaped kitchen.
L-shaped kitchen. We can have a nice and big island on the center. Got it. And so with no walls here, you're going to have like an open
right
space.
Into the living room. Actually, we'll show you guys the other space. Let's actually follow me to the big living room we have here. At some point, I believe this was an addition, because definitely, the main house, I think it's 1930, and this is, definitely newer. But you got this huge space. Yeah. You got nice skylights, a ton of light coming in from these windows. So by creating or removing this wall, and this has to go. It's closing up the space.
So then put a new floor here.
Definitely put the new floor. The carpet has to go. Yeah. We have to match or run the hardwood floors throughout this first floor. And then you got this space. You put a dining table, and then your kitchen right here with an island.
So one good thing as an electrician here in Massachusetts, we're gonna upgrade all the lighting, install new recessed lighting. Yeah. That is gonna make a big difference on the deal when you sell, because lighting change the house, when make the house bigger, lighter, and is a good point to do.
No, absolutely. And Douglas obviously running his own electric company. We're gonna get a good deal there.
Yeah, definitely.
So no, definitely updating all these light fixtures is gonna make this room look much better.
What about the bathroom?
All right, so bathroom, we're gonna do the flooring. Definitely outdated floors right now, so we'll do nice ceramic tile. We'll put a new vanity, new mirrors, new light fixtures, new toilets, and then I think we want to keep the tub, save a couple $1,000 there by keeping it, maybe just reglazing it. Typically we spend $300-400 just reglazing it, and then we'll do subway tile surround. Awesome. So it's going to look, perfect. It's going to look brand new. That's it. I mean, fresh paint will go a long way. So
that's it.
That's the plan, guys. But the rest of the rooms, refinish the hardwood floors, paint the walls. We're keeping windows. We're keeping doors. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, a lot of the rooms you'll see upstairs, the 2 bedrooms have carpet. That has to go. Yeah. So the decision we have to make is either to go new carpet upstairs or maybe do hardwood floors throughout first and second floor. So we'll talk about that. See if the budget allows it. People love hardwood floors, but in this hot real estate market, people will also pay top dollars for space with carpet upstairs too. So that's a decision we got to make. All right, guys, we'll step outside, show you the exterior. We're not going to do much on the exterior, but just want to show you guys what this property looks like. And then we're going to wrap up with lessons learned. I always love sharing with you guys what I learn on a day-to-day basis, flipping houses, buying rentals. I mean, we don't have a lot going here because we just closed, but there was one lesson that definitely want to share with you. So stick with me. Let's head out. So guys, we're on the outside now. Just wanted to show you really quick what this property looks like on the exterior, but on this one we lucked out. I mean, this, we got extremely lucky. There's not much we're gonna do on the outside. You got a great fence, you got a great, entrance. I don't think we need to do much.
The only thing I see is the electrical service. Yeah. Is 100 amps today, and it looks like dangerous right now.
It's dangerous, it's not safe.
It's not safe, it's not like on the new code, 220 code. So we're gonna upgrade that for, let's say, I think 100 amps is more than enough for the house, but I will see the price and see if we can upgrade that for 200 once I'm an electrician.
Perfect, yeah.
So it will be like a good point.
Yeah, and obviously, new buyers coming in, that's gonna be something that it's gonna come up on their inspection.
Oh yeah.
So if it's all nice and done, then they, most likely will be purchased by a first-time home buyer. Obviously, they don't want to be worried about it, so this is going to make it easy and simple for them, and we're not going to have any issues at the inspection.
And one good thing is there's not much to do it outside.
Like new roof, right? I mean,
roof,
they already replaced 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Windows are great.
Everything.
Yeah, typically those are the things that we look for. Siding, it's fine. Typically we power wash siding, but this one doesn't even need that. No. So guys, again, we lucked out on this one, and we might spend maybe a couple $1,000 just doing minor stuff and making sure the house is presentable, but our focus will be just on the inside. So I promised you guys to share something about lessons learned. We always do that, and I think the one thing that comes to mind for this property is flood insurance. Typically when we go out on seller appointments, we don't ask sellers if the property is in a flood zone. I think from this point on, I'll add that to the questions that we ask because it's important. But we didn't know this house is in a flood zone. Yep. And the day before closing, we get an email from our attorney saying, do you guys have flood insurance because the lender is asking for it? And we're like, what flood insurance? We didn't know about it. So why is this important? It's important to know because flood insurance is expensive. And for the buyer that's going to buy this property, right, especially like I said, it's going to be probably a first-time home buyer, they need to budget for that. And if they have another $200-300 a month to pay for flood insurance, maybe they can't afford, the mortgage or whatever we're asking for the property. So it definitely affects the price, what we're going to list it for, and it might affect the buyer. So something to keep in mind. It's a simple question. The insurance company can find out, or your attorney, whoever is handling the closing can find out if the property is in flood insurance. I mean, I'm thinking, should we done anything different? I think you can maybe get a better price up front if we know the property is in a flood zone. And the reason why it's important to know that is because it's going to affect the sale price. You're definitely going to get a little bit less than maybe a comparable house down the street that's not in a flood zone. Because it goes back to the expense, right? It's an expense that the buyer is going to have, and it's going to affect this property. So guys, that's all we have for today. Hope you're enjoying having Douglas in these videos. We're going to do a couple more videos with him. We have one coming up next week where we talk about our partnership and why we decided to partner and the reasons behind it. But comment, share, give us some love, and definitely catch you on the next one.
somebody here because she's already like in a certain age.
Got it. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So it's okay to say that? Yeah. Look,
in a certain age.
Yeah.
That was really good. No, that was I love it. That was really good.